welcome back to Rachel and Bella Crafts. Rachel here. I hope you're all well. So it's been a minute since my last video. Been a bit of a busy week. Not quite sure where the time went, but we had a birthday in the house. I'm not really sure what else I'm doing. Oh yes, I know what I was doing. I spent all day yesterday organising the new collaboration that starts on the 14th of this month. We are going for a mid-month start this time because I was a bit concerned about people being away on holiday and stuff and perhaps not having time to keep up or watch along. So we're starting in the middle of the month and it'll run through to the middle of September. So it'll be a kind of follow through. The theme is a summery theme, because we are going to embrace it even if we're not experiencing it here in Wales. But yeah, so I will tell you more about that as the week goes on. But for today, I have got some freebies for you that I have put together. This is the first one here. My light is not very good today in my room, so I do apologise. But they are very vibrant, you know, in real life, I should say. But yeah, so I've done 2 of these collage pages. This is the first one here, and this is the second one here. These collage pages are a bit of a nod to the Truly Blue kit that we've been working with in July, and also bringing in the elements of the August kit, which is coming out ASAP. I've designed a kit for August that they will be utilising and using during the collaboration, along with the Truly Blue kit. The background kit will also be in use from the Truly Blue backgrounds. So if you already have those, brilliant. Didn't want to bring out too many new papers for the collaboration, and I know a few of you have already bought the Truly Blue kit. The kits are all on offer at the moment. They are all 30% off. And then this new one will be going on very, very soon. It'll be going on this week. In fact, I've just got to get it out to the members on my Ko-fi site, because obviously they get the kit for free as part of their membership. So I'll get that uploaded for them. I am a few days late. I do apologise, guys. It's been a little bit chaotic, but I don't really know what I've been doing. I was sat in church this morning. My sister Lent for, "Do you have a nice week?" And I just looked and I went, I don't know. Did I? I can't even remember. Can't even remember the week, but there we are. So yeah, 2 lovely collage pages for you to download. They are on our Ko-fi site. Please go on over to our Ko-fi page. Link will be down in the description box below, and you can go and download and print those off for free. I'm trying to find a new word that describes a freebie that begins with a W, because my freebies don't come out on a Friday, so they're not Friday freebies. And you know me, I like a play on words. I said to my youngest today, I said, what would work with weekend, or weekend something? I said that is a positive word, and he said, "Oh gosh, Mum, you don't have to make life difficult." He said, "Why pick up W?" I said, "I don't know, but I will have to come up with something, because they're not Friday freebies." So if you have any ideas of what I can call my freebies that come out on the weekend, please do let me know. You still can't go for end of weekend. There's more things rhyme with end. No. So I'll show you what I've done here. I've actually printed these freebies out in a quarter size. So I actually did 2 copies and then 2 to a page. Now, if you're not sure how to do that, if you go into my videos, there is a video there that shows you how to print in all different shapes and sizes. Well, not different shapes, but different sizes anyway, and how to get more out of, the sheet. I've also printed them out in this size as well, and I thought they would make really lovely little bits of ephemera, because they're just super cute. And I printed them out alongside the Truly Blue kits. As you can see, they do all go together quite nicely with the yellows and the blues. And I've also printed out, there's the other one, and I've also printed out the new kit on this size as well, because I had to utilise, I think there's quite a few pages, but there we are, just to give you a bit of a sneak peek of what's coming up. Shall I show you a few of the pages of the new kit? I'm not going to show you it all, but I'll show you a few pages. They are on my desk. These are my drafts, so they have been slightly altered since I did these. Oh, it's my beautiful. So this one has been slightly altered since, but these are my drafts anyway. So I've gone with a summery, it's called The Sounds of Summer, the kit. And the reason I call it The Sounds of Summer is because it's all about the things that you hear throughout the summer. So, be that the crashing waves, the bees buzzing around the flowers. There's got to be a van in there, hasn't there? There's got to be a camper van. beautiful view out of that window there. The beach, obviously, we've got a bee in the background, and there's some thingies. Dogs barking, yes. You're rowing your boat. I just wanted to kind of bring in all of the happy elements. These are my happy elements of summer. Some lovely roses there. Again, we've got our buzzing bees over the sound of the crashing waves. We've got our summery flowers in with the water. Again, a nice background there with the butterflies. And another one here. So a couple of them have got these ladies on, but there are also pages done then without the ladies on, but just the other elements. If they're not your cup of tea, that's fine. So there's stacks in there. I think the journal page kit has got 17 pages in there. I was trying to keep it short, but failed there. And then there's an ephemera kit as well. I'll just show you a couple of pieces. So these are the journal cards out of the kit. As you see, you got your bee. There's a lovely floral lighthouse. I wanted to do a theme that included the beach, but I didn't want to do a beach kit. Does that make sense? I wanted to do a summer kit that had all the things I love about summer in it. Oh, I can't remember what they're called now. Somebody introduced me to those earlier in the week. Lisa was telling us about them, actually. Sandcastle, Lisa's request. There we are. We got a little bee label there. So these are all in the bits of ephemera. There's a couple of envelopes in there. I've sat and cut all mine out ready. Aren't I good? That's your tags. The tags are really bright and vibrant. I felt that was important. Because obviously we've got the blanky ones in with the Truly Blue kit. So these were the ones I did for these were a freebie last week. So if you haven't cut those out yet, make sure you do. And then obviously I've done all mine at really small as well, because I'm in the middle of filling my thing. I also printed them all out on a sheet, which I'm halfway through cutting out, this size. So as you can see, there's all my Truly Blue backgrounds. I popped them on there. And I'm going to use these as just little mini labels for tickets and stuff. I think they look great that small. So you see, you don't need to have lots of different extras. You just need to think outside the box about the things that you can do with your digital kit. Because there are lots of things that you can do other than just printing it off and using it as a page. Oh, these are some extra bits in the ephemera. As you can see, I haven't yet cut out my fussy cuts. But yeah, so there's plenty there for you to be playing with. It will be out this week, so just keep an eye out for that. But for today, don't forget to go and get your freebie now, mind, all right? I'll put the link down below. For today, I wanted to work on, I'm going to carry on with my lovely altered book. So I thought perhaps we could do a bit of this together today, because I haven't opened it for about, well, a couple of days. She's almost finished. I'm really, really pleased with her. If you didn't see my last video, I was explaining I've actually used, when I do a kit, I do like a front page, like the title page, I call it. And this one was the fussy cut title page for Truly Blue. And I just loved it. I loved these birds. And what I've done, I've actually cut it, because that was like this side of the page, and then the back was that side, but I wanted the blue birds on the front. So you've got a blue and a cold tit there, and then beautiful blue flowers, and I've just, where it says Truly Blue underneath, I just put this lovely bohemian trim on it, and I've literally just stuck that onto the front of an old book. And this book that I'm using, the spine was falling apart on, so I've put some fabric over that, glued that in, and then inside I've done as an altered book. So it's not finished yet. There are still some bits and pieces I want to do, but I also wanted to retain some of the interesting features of the book, should we say. So for example, the fact it is a first edition, I felt was a nice touch. I've left that page there, and I've just collaged this page here as well. These have been gessoed, so I was waiting for those to dry before I do anything with those, and I just started putting some little scrappy bits on them. That I made out of a book page. I've pulled out the book, just folded that over to make a tuck, and then I've used just used some of the kit pages. These are all the ephemera out of the kit. Again, that's another book page I folded to make a pocket. It's actually a double pocket, or double tuck. So you've got one pocket there and then a pocket by there. But I just thought it was nice to reuse the book pages in the book that they've come out of, And then I've got this lovely flip. She's on one of the journal pages, and I've just taken a CD case there and a little bit of lace on it, and then on the back then I've just torn a bit of the journal page, and I've just made a little tuck out of that on the back of that. But I have stuck this down, so rather than using that as a pocket, that's the pocket. I've added stitching to the edges of some of these pages. I'm really, really pleased with this journal. I've really enjoyed working in it. I love this kit so much. blue is definitely where I'm at for sure. But I knew I had something in my mind of what I wanted to do, and I just was really pleased with the way that it came out. I love this pattern here. And of course it's great because you can just collage, 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 and it all blends together nicely. There's a lovely big deep pocket there. And then what I've done, I've included 2 signatures. So this here is actually a signature. It's loose and it's attached by this piece of elastic that is on just a tab, so what I did when I altered the book, I cut a page down and then I folded it in half. I think there's actually 2 pages there, folded over so it's really sturdy. I've stuck that down then, and then I've popped some brads in and threaded elastic through. But the only thing I will say, bear in mind, if you do this, think about the distance of because I wanted it all to look, you know, like it was all part of the book. So when the spine relaxed, they weren't falling in and they weren't sticking out. The book is all flush, basically. So what I had to think about was the positioning of the brads and where this was going to sit within the elastic. So I have had to put them quite far in, if that makes sense, rather than them being able to be in the middle. They're right at the bottom of this structure thing here. Just so that my signature doesn't overhang, and I didn't want to go hacking the pages down. So just think about that if you do have a go. But it's great because I can open my, it's literally like reading a book, because I can open the whole thing out flat. There's a little tuck on there, I've tried to go with perhaps less bulky embellishments in it, because I wanted to keep the book true to its shape. There's a little tuck spot there. I've just added washi onto some book pages inside, again, just to add a little bit of decoration without it becoming too bulky. Obviously put some nice lace in there. That just helps coordinate it nice. Middle page there. And then again, coming back, I've just made some little tuck spots out of the fussy cuts. These are the ones that I painted over with the metallic. There's another one there. And then here, I've done another tuck spot here. There's a little tuck spot there behind that lovely hydrangea. But there is writing space within here. And the nice thing about it is you can write on it. It's flat. So that's a huge bonus for me, because most of the time when I'm creating journals, it just gets so bulky. I can't, really do anything with it then. But this is a really nice writing journal. Little tuck spots there again, just using little scraps from the kit. It's not taken away from the actual pages then, which I thought was really nice. Another writing page. Got a Polish page there. And then one of the kit pages, and again, then that's it. So you just fold that over, but it's not shoving it out of the journal, if that makes sense. This then, I've stitched the 2 of the pages together. I've got a lovely big deep pocket in there. I've just collaged the first half there, stamped on that bit there because the page was pretty blank, and then I've popped some lace on there. There's a big pocket in there. I haven't done anything with this page yet. And now this one I did slightly differently. So what I did was I cut the pages down. I've got 2 pages here. So there's that one there and then that one there. And then rather than sticking the paper onto the top of the paper, I've literally folded a journal page, a printed digi in half. And I've placed it between the 2 cut. So if you can imagine that's in the book now. Imagine that's stitched in as the spine, and I've trimmed that down. So you've got those 2 ends sticking out there. What I've done, give me a bit of paper. I've basically folded a digi in half, placed that then inside, and then stuck it in. Obviously, it's a lot shorter than this, isn't it? And I've literally stuck it in, so it becomes a page, so to speak. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what I did there, and I've just put that in. I've slid that under the sewing machine and just stitched across the bottom, and I've left the top open, so there's a nice deep pocket in there. I may cut a circle out the top just so that you can see that it's a pocket or a tuck, but I just thought that was a really nice touch. You've got a little bit of the original book page, and then I've replaced that with a new page. I always find these really tricky to do in altered books, I'm going to be honest with you, because I find the process of sticking 3 pages together quite bulky, and you have to be careful because there is always some distortion, because obviously with the way that the book is in the spine, the leaves, let me start that again, blah, blah, blah. The way the pages are stitched into the book, especially a book like this, the idea is obviously that the spine is open like that, and when you open it, they fall down flat. So they sit on a semicircle, don't they, which is the spine of the book. So when you try to make 3 of them sit in the same place at the same time and stay there, it's not comfortable, and it's not designed to do that. They're designed to kind of fan out, aren't they, the edges of pages of a book. I can't get my words out today, guys. I'm so sorry. So when you want to then stick them together to make a pocket, there is a element of tightness about it. So Gail actually gives some very good advice on, which I didn't go back and check and follow this time, to my shame. I should have gone and found the video. I know I've watched it before, but I remember once watching her do an altered book, and she gives some very good advice on how to avoid that kind of distortion of the pages when you are gluing pockets out of the book pages. So if you want to find that out further, go and check that. But I know she says something about, like, what I did, I put them together upright like that. So I a bit of a juggling going on, but I just simply glued them one at a time, and I held the page upright like that. And then once it had dried, I then kind of massaged the back of the page a bit, and just tried to remind the paper that it is a bit malleable and it doesn't need to be really stiff like board. And in doing so, then I've managed to make 2 lovely deep pockets there, and of course I glued across the bottom there. But yeah, just watch that, because when you're gluing those pages together, the journal can start to distort, and glue makes everything want to shrink together, doesn't it? And what I did then on the other side was I've just added a piece of coffee dye paper, which I pre-stitched and then just glued on, and that's created an extra tuck then on the side of that. This is another one of those pages where I've cut the pages right down in the book, and then I've slotted a digital in between the 2 and glued that into place. So that's like a new page in there now. I did mess this one up a bit. I gotta be honest, I don't know what was going on. I was rushing for some reason. Somebody was calling me in the house, I think, and I just shoved it in and glued it down, and then when I got back upstairs and looked, it wasn't quite straight. But it's okay, it's not nothing major, you know. It does sit all right within the spine, so that's fine. I haven't done anything with that page yet. I've left that one just as it is. It is a book. We're not going to be shocked to see a book page in there, are we? And again, the same with this one. Now, this one didn't settle. I haven't done the kind of manipulation of this one that I did with the other one. It hasn't quite settled, and it is a bit tight. But I've stitched the edge, and there is a little element of bowing, maybe. It just feels tight, it does. So I'm sure it'll come round. I haven't actually glued the bottom of that one as yet, but there are 2 lovely deep pockets on that. And when I covered them, I wanted to leave some of the book page on view underneath. I just thought it was quite nice to just remind ourselves that we're words under there, you know. There were some pictures in the book, so I've just washi taped these 2 together to make a tuck spot. The book was all about boats and sailing, it was, so they're all images in your old boats. This is another digi that I have placed between 2 papers. I actually found that worked really well, but again, sometimes if you're not careful, you get this whole distortion thing again. So what I actually did with this page, because it was sitting tight in there, I've actually given it I scored this section here with a very, very tiny, minute amount, so it's almost got a little it's almost like a flat end on it, so the page isn't completely flush. I can't get my words out today. I'm so sorry, guys. You know what I'm trying to say. I've scored it so that there's a lip to it, basically. So there is movement. So when I turn it that way, it can sit that side. And when I turn it that way, it can sit that side. And it's not distorted. But I'm not going to glue that down. I'm going to just leave that as it is open, because it's quite happy moving freely in there. This one is a half pocket. So I folded the page in front of it in half, folded that down, and I've just stuck a bit of the book page over the top, over the top, sorry. And then there's a tuck spot in there, and I've done the same on the other side of the page. I folded that one back. So all of my joins I've put washi tape on, different varieties of washi tape, but just to kind of, obviously where you're pulling pages out, it can, you know, weaken the spine. So by doing that, I felt it was just going to support what was, you know, already in there. This is the second signature. And as you can see, you know, I had to look then because it's not obvious when you open the book. So I'm really pleased about how that is sitting in there. And just this lovely wash of colours. These are from the masterboards that were done at the retreat. So there's a couple of those in here as well I've used for collaging. Again, I had to just measure and check because I didn't want this like hanging out once it was stitched into place. But I love that page, absolutely love that paper. And again, I've added washi inside for interest. I've stitched the pages with coloured thread, and I've got little tuck spots in there. Beautiful birds. Just trying not to add too much bulk, really. Nice bits of writing paper, again, some nice tucks. That was a freebie, that was one of the washi tape freebies, and I've used this to make quite a lot of those tucks throughout this signature. Love that book page there as well. So there's another one there, and I've simply just used my curly ruler, not my curly ruler, this one here, to make those. So just tore them and then just made little tucks out of them. And then this one here, I had a book page that was folded up, so I've just added one of those to the front, and then I've popped a little piece up there then just to make a little tuck up there. Some lovely coordinating lace. And then that's the centre, and then as we come back the other side, same thing again, tuck spot here, and I've just added a scrap just to bring some interest. I've done a belly band here with it. I basically was just trying to see how many different ways I could use these curly strip papers. There is a pocket there. I've added a butterfly there. You know, I've still got quite a bit of embellishing to do. And then I've got another little tuck there, again, right in space. I've popped that beautiful flower on there with some lace, and again one of the fussy cuts from the fussy cut kit, and the birds, and there's another little tuck spot in there, right in space, another birdie there on the book page, and that's the back page. And again, I love that page. There's a lovely tuck spot there as well, and then this is the back now. So I've got a large tuck spot there. I've left that because I thought it was really interesting. This is a glossary. Again, didn't want to lose too much of that either. So I've taken one of the book pages. I've made this lovely half fold double pocket, and I've just put a little bit of what is that? Embossed paper. Sorry. Oh, my brain. A little bit of embossed paper, bit of lace, one of those lovely butterflies, and another bit of lace. And I'm going to just pop that onto that page there. And I think that looks really cool. And it's obviously come from the book. And then you'll have a double pocket there for that. And then all I've got to do then is decide what to do with these last couple of pages, whether I'm going to glue them together or gesso them, or I might just put pockets over them. We'll see. I haven't quite decided yet. So because I got those lovely big inserts, what I want to work on today is these. Now I've done these ready. I did these last week. They are my little mini masterboards, and I've done them using obviously papers out the kit and also the masterboard kit. There's that one there. There's that one there. I've added a bit of embossed paper there and a bit of lace. That one there. That one there. So they're all done and they're nicely dried. And what I've done is I've done them on the back of book pages that have come out of the book. So I found pages that either were blank or that had some blank on them. So that's a blank page. That's, you know, mostly it's the end of a chapter. And again with that one and that one as well, there's some blank on there. So I didn't feel the need to worry about what I was going to do to the back. Now what I do need to just double check on is the size that I want them, because the purpose of these large, I'm making large journal cards of them, I am, and the purpose of them is that they will go, I've got a couple of pages that are, she says, I've got to find one now, there, like this. So they need to be, and obviously because I've used an entire book page, I know that that's going to be too big to go in. So the first thing I've got to decide on is the size that they're going to be, and I'm guessing I'm going to be cutting off probably about, I don't know, what is that there? Let's have a quick look. I'm going to go for about 1.5 inches. I'm going to chop off the bottom of them and simply turn them into large tags or journal cards. I might leave them, I might take the edges off, you know, with my edger. And then I'm going to just decorate them up then with some of my lovely fussy cuts I've got left. So I've got all of this left over. Look at all this stuff. So I thought, right, well, we'll use some of that and we'll decorate these beautiful, oh, there's more under here. Oh my goodness. So So I've got loads to be doing with this ephemera. So I'm going to just quickly cut them down and then we'll give them a bit of a quick decorate, shall we? And add a few little extra bits and pieces to them. Of course, I've got all these journal cards I've stitched as well. They're all backed, ready to go in. Yeah, so let me get my cutting machine and then I'm going to just quickly finish these off. Okay, so I have cut down some of the cards that I wanted to work with. I've checked they will fit inside of the journal. So a couple of little things I just want to do. I'm not going to go over the top because obviously these have got to slide in and out. So I don't want anything to be too bulky on there. But I just thought it'd be nice to just, you know, dress them up a little bit. Now what I had already done, I had already gone around and inked them all. I'm using the Faded Jean Distress Oxide, but obviously I've just cut the bottoms off, so I just need to go back over that there. So that's fine. I'll do each of those as they come up. Now I have got this beautiful butterfly. She was in the Truly Blue kit, and I have actually gone around with gold. I did this when I was on holiday. I was sat doing a bit of painting with Bella, and I've just gone over some of the yellow bits. I don't know if you can see that shining on there, can you? Is the light picking it up? So I would really like to use her. I didn't really want all that white on there though, so I'm just going to go around. I've got some antique linen, and have I got something I can ink on? Yes, I have. And I'm just going to go around and go over that white. My fussy cutting skills not the best, and my Cricut is buried underneath. Oh my goodness, just heaps of stuff at the minute on the top of the counter there, so that's not being utilised. And I did do my fussy cutting by hand, but it doesn't matter, you see. If you leave a bit of white, that's all you need to do is just go around the edge. There we are, good as new. She looks great, and it's not taken away any of the colour. She still pops out nicely, but I just haven't got that stark white edge around there. I have got some of this nice thin lace, and when I say thin I mean it's not like really thick and bulky, so I'm not going to be worrying about that popping up. And I'm going to just pop this, I think, over the top of this print here. And I'm glad that's done that. I want to show you this. Do any of you have this problem? Do you use these little bottles, and when your art glitter glue has been in there for a day, does it ever come out a funny colour, like it's oxidizing the metal maybe? I don't know, but it happens to me every day on the first bit of glue. Does that make sense? So I have to always make sure I'm either get rid of it first, or I'm putting it somewhere where it's absolutely definitely not going to be seen when it dries. So I don't know why it does that. I don't know whether it's the metally bit in there, or I don't know. Does anybody else have that problem? I'd love to know. If you are still here watching, I haven't bored you to death already. So we know we had a really good day for my son's birthday. We went down to Cardiff to the bowling alley down there, and we had a couple of games of bowling, which is great because we're all incredibly competitive, me and my boys, but all in good fun, and none of us mind losing. And it was lovely to see Dan is getting a lot better now, and his coordination is not always on point, but he's actually getting really good. Because he was the only one who didn't want to have the bumpers on, and I actually had the bumpers at this time. I am going to admit I don't normally. But I was feeling a bit tired, and I was like, oh, go on then, just put them up. And I still played terribly. I still missed. I think I came last, which is not like me. I'm actually very good at bowling when my head's in the game. But after a bit, my arm starts to ache, my wrist hurts, so I have to leave it at that. I'm using words and phrases here out of the Bohemian kit from last month, or the month before now, isn't it? So I'm just thinking what to put on. I think I might put vibrant on there. Yeah, so we went bowling, and then we had a couple of games of pool while they had a bit of lunch, and then we played on a few of the games in the bowling alley in the arcade side. Dan and I had to go on one of the shooting games. The two lads went on a racing game, so that was all good fun. And then I don't really want that. No, actually I should be describing her. Wild at heart, or is she carefree? She looked pretty carefree to me, actually. I don't know, she might have a lot of troubles and problems. I don't think she does. I think she's pretty carefree, this lady butterfly, don't you think? Yeah, let's put that on there. That's a better shape, that one. And then after that, they wanted to go and play a round of mini golf. So we were going to go into the St. David's Centre because there's one indoors there. But I was getting a bit warm. Not like me, I know. And I said, oh, I think actually the weather had actually started to pick up. So I said, oh, why don't we see if there's one outside? So I did a quick Google. Good old Google, eh? And then we found this place anyway, and it was all it's called Jurassic something Jurassic mini golf or something, Jurassic Adventure Golf. And obviously, as you can imagine, the adventure golf scene is set and it's all like dinosaurs and stuff, and it was actually really good. So we spent about 2.5 hours there, and the sun came out and it was lovely. I was absolutely shattered on Friday. That's why my video was so late. It's taken me 2 days to, well, I haven't really recovered today. I was shattered because of course we're on our feet all day. So my hip's been playing out the last couple of days, but it's all right. Do us good. It's good to be up and about doing stuff. So unfortunately then we had a storm over the weekend. I like that. So that's really kind of kept us in then, but I think we've got a couple of nice days coming now this week, which I'm very excited about. So I think we'll get out and about and go and do a bit of sightseeing. Perhaps we'll do a castle or something. I know Dan's bored now. He's ready to get out the house. He's like, oh, Mum, are we doing something today? So it's our summer holidays year, I should have mentioned, sorry. The kids are not just muching off school. It is the summer holidays. I've overglued there. So, yeah, just trying to... I mean, I'm not of the mind that I have to have them out doing something every day. I don't feel like that at all. Boys are perfectly capable of amusing themselves, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with a bit of downtime, bit of chill time and creativity. I'm not a parent that feels I need to be out every day throughout the summer holidays, spending loads of money and doing stuff when they're perfectly capable of... I mean, he was out on his bike on Friday this Friday, so it's good. The main thing about the school holidays is just that there's no school. That's the bonus, isn't it? I don't feel I have to be constantly amusing them. And I've got to work too, so in all fairness, they're great. And they don't want to do stuff every day anyway. So he bought a book on holiday, which his brother, I'm very pleased with, got him into this new series. So he read the first one on holiday, and then as we came home, he was like, oh, I've now finished my book. And I was like, right, good. So I went onto eBay, found the whole series. Somebody was selling them on. They were hardly used. Well, obviously, they've been read once. Bought the lot. They're normally like £10 a book. I bought the whole series of 6 for £7. Well, you can't go wrong. So every night he comes down with his book, and I'm sat there working on my laptop, and he's sat in the armchair reading, which is great. I've popped this little tag on because it's going to be slid into a rather large pocket, and I thought it'd be quite nice to have these hanging out. I may stitch up the back there after the end, I'll see. But I'm not going to do much more to that because it is rather lovely. I'm just wondering about the back. I might just put... Let's have a look what we got here. I could use a bit of the collage paper, I suppose, couldn't I? What if I pop a bit of that on there? Yes, I think that'll do. This is my grandmother. I'm going to try my best not to chop off her head. Let me use this one. I don't think she'd appreciate that. There we go. Grandmama. Here we are. And I'm going to just pop that on there like so. Do I want to ink around the edges? No, I don't. I don't think. So, yeah, Wednesday and Thursday is actually supposed to be quite warm here. So we're hopeful. We haven't had a beach day yet. We haven't had a beach day. I know I took the 2 boys to the beach. When did we go? We went and swam in the sea about 2 months ago, I think. But there was no, like, being on the beach kind of thing. And I know when we were on holiday, we walked on the beach, but we certainly didn't go in the sea. I don't think I could have anyway, because I'd seen the jellyfish, and that was, like, me finished. I can't get in the water if I know there's jellyfish. I know there's jellyfish in the water. Ugh, that doesn't make sense, but you know what I'm saying. But the fact that I knew they were in there and that they were coming ashore, I was like, no, I'm not getting in the water. Sorry. It's the only thing that freaks me out about the sea. I love the sea. I love swimming in it. But jellyfish, they do freak me out. I'm not bothered by crabs, but jellyfish are just like, ugh. They're like octopus. I know they're nothing like octopus, but it's just that it's the consistency. I don't know what it is. They just freak me out. And of course they sting you. That kind of is probably a large factor. But yeah, no, I really don't fancy that. I'm also just thinking I might. What have I got to hand here? Ooh, this one's nice. I'm just thinking I might pop a bit of a stamp on there. Got a couple out on my desk. Where is the ink? Shall I do it in black? No, let's do it with this colour. This is very organic today. I don't tend to do many of these crafty long videos, do I? I tend to normally come with a plan, but I'll be honest with you, I've lost my mojo. It is just up and gone. So I haven't been able to sit and think of any tutorials. I had a very pleasant day yesterday, not only preparing for the next collaboration, but I spent the day watching all the videos that my new design team had been putting on, and I tell you what, I had a lovely time. They are a fabulous bunch. I have got to put a post up. We've had one lady who's not been able to continue with us, which is why I didn't put the thing up just yet, but she's had something else come up, so she's going to leave it for now, which is great. So just got to change that, and then I'm going to put a post on Instagram with all their names and everything on there, and their channels, and so you know who they are. But we have now got a really big design team, and they're amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, I had a lovely day yesterday, sat here watching what they'd been up to, and it was just lovely seeing how people are working with my papers. There we go, that'll do. There's writing space there. I'm happy with that. Right, on to the next one. So we can get another one done, shall we? I'm not working very quickly, so I'm gonna pick, oh, I love those butterflies. Perhaps I'll pop something here because there's a lot of that blue there, isn't there? Okay, so again, let's start with this lace because I'm loving this lace, and it just, I don't know, it just adds a little something. What should we pop on there this time? You guys are like right in my way. My phone is right in the middle of the desk, and I'm trying to see the stuff at the top of the desk, and you are in my way a bit. Sorry, I don't mean to sound rude, but it is what it is. You're in my way. Scraps is what I'm looking for. There's so much on my desk. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, hopeful to kind of maybe get a beach day in this week. But we'll see. We will see. Not sure about that on there. Maybe this one. I just want a little bit of a background to go, perhaps that there, and then shall we tear? Okay, and then maybe just a little bit of on the end. Oh, and of course I was away last weekend. Yes, I forgot about that. Have I told you that I was away? I think I told you, didn't I? We went to the game fair up in Ragley Hall, which is up Warwickshire way, and then we stayed overnight. It was Shaw's birthday last weekend, so we stayed overnight in between Warwick and Kenilworth. I love that part of the world. And then we spent Sunday then at Warwick Castle, which was great. Lots of fun in there. And then it tipped down. We managed to dodge the showers in the morning. No. And then we went to go out and look around the outside the castle in the afternoon, because I said, let's do all them. There was like a busload of, they must have been like exchange students, I think. They were from Italy. But 5 or 6 buses pulled in front of us, and I was like, oh my gosh. When we were on holiday, we went to a theme park, and there was a load of kids' school trips on those days. So of course the park is full then, isn't it? But yeah, no, so I said, look, let's do the inside first, and then it doesn't matter if it gets a bit busy then, does it? So we went round, and I tell you what, if you've not been to Warwick Castle, I highly recommend it. If you like looking in stately homes, go check out Warwick Castle, because there's so much to see, and there's so many rooms for you to go in. It's absolutely fantastic how they've utilised the whole space, even down like the underneath the dungeons and all that. They got a lot of like waxwork models in this. So they really like tell the story well. You know, I love that when you go to an old property and you come away knowing the history, you understand the history because the way they told the story. I'm a very visual person, and I don't learn by listening because I don't listen to a lot of what's been said to me. I tend to zone out a lot. I learn by reading stuff, by seeing things, by perhaps watching films, watching reenactments of things. But if I were to sit in a classroom and just have somebody stand there telling me all about history, wouldn't even bother taking any of it in. It'd come in one ear out the other. It probably wouldn't even go in the ear. My eyes would be glazed over. So yeah, that's the best way for me to learn, is to go and see things as they were, kind of thing, And I love it. I love learning about history. I find it fascinating. And it's not about being stuck in the past. It's about learning about things moving forward, I think. I'm quite, you know, firm about that. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, should look to the future, not to the past. And well, no, if we don't learn where we've come from, how do you prevent past mistakes being made again? This is not sitting well with me a minute. Sorry, I know I'm faffing about with these, but I'm trying to get the right combination. Ooh, that's quite nice. That's a little heavily inked, but I think it'll be all right. And then a word. A word, please. Wild at heart, no. So yeah, definitely go check out Warwick Castle. Unfortunately, we've been once before. We went some years ago and watched, they do a show with the trebuchet. Now the trebuchet is the very large giant catapult arm thing that used to fling the fiery cannonballs. And they do like a whole show with it, and they actually fire one up and they fling a cannonball. Goodness knows where it lands. They must own a lot of land far reaching from the castle, that's all I can say. Certainly wouldn't want to be in the front of that thing when it lands. But unfortunately, the day we went this time, it wasn't up and running. So they'd had some technical issue and they'd had to cancel the show, which was a shame. But they did have some lovely Morris dancers there. Oh, I did tell you about this. I do apologise, I'm repeating myself. I told you about the Morris dancers, didn't I? I put the video on. Because I was stood outside in the rain. She all run back to the car to get our coats because it started raining. And I stood and filmed the Morris dancers and put the video on. I actually put it on Instagram and on YouTube as a short, just for you to see what I was doing. Because they were very good, and bless them, they were dancing in the rain. So, but yeah, so that was good. And then drive home in the most horrendous storm. I don't know, there's these heavy storms at the minute. It was quite scary. I couldn't see. There was a nasty accident on the M5, so we were stuck at a standstill under the tunnel for ages. And it's a bit frustrating because my radio, the station I was listening to, was on DAB, and that's digital radio. And here in our country, we're not set up for most things that they try and shove us across to. And of course, you go in under something and there's no signal, is there? So I was 20 minutes sat with just static. I was like, come on! Of course, we didn't realise at that time there'd been a bump. I was a bit more patient then as I drove past and felt a bit bad from being impatient. But yeah, nasty weather though. Got to be so careful, haven't you? So yeah, that was last weekend. Gosh, it seems like ages ago now. No wonder I went blank this morning. What else have I been doing? I don't know what I did at the beginning of the week. It's just, the week has flown by. It's quite scary actually, because I think Dan's only got 5 weeks left off now. Before we know it, we'll be getting middle one back to uni. Which I'm not relishing the thought of moving him again. Oh my gosh, the day we moved him home, my parents had to drive down with me to Swansea because he had so much stuff to bring back. My boot is useless in my car. There was no way it was all going to fit in my car. My car was full to the rafters. My dad's Jeep was full to the rafters. So I've told him this time he can only take what fits in the boot of my car, and he is not to buy anything when he's down there. Because I was looking at stuff thinking, I'm sure I didn't bring all this down. I wouldn't have got all this down here. There we are, guys. What do we think? They look rather nice, don't they? Quite pleased with them. Shall we do something on the back of this? What should we do? Should we do a little bit of a collage? Oh, that's quite nice. That's been, what do you call it? Embossed. Do you know what? I'm going to have to get a thesaurus in front of me. Actually, no, I don't want a thesaurus. I just want a couple of words on my board in front of me that I keep forgetting. I can never remember embossed. I can never remember brads. What's the other word I can't ever remember? I don't know, but embossing I definitely can't ever think of. I always get the word wrong. Pop that down there, just to add a little bit of interest. Obviously, I don't want to put too much on there because I want it to still be a journal spot. But it's a bit stark at the moment. What else have we got up here? No, that's naff. Definitely not. What if I put a lovely flower up here? Yes, I think that'd be quite nice. And I'll do it on the black. This glue stinks, isn't it? Sorry, it's very blunt to me. My stays on has got a funky smell to it. That and the gesso. it smells like, I don't know what it is. It reminds me of something, but I don't know what. Which way around does that go now? It curves, doesn't it? Like that, I think. Oh, that's pretty. There we are. Now the white suddenly doesn't seem so white. And I'm only going to do one. I think that's enough. There we go. Very nice. Right, let's pop them into the book. Make sure they fit. So where have I got these side tucks? I don't think I had anything in the first section. No, they're all stuck together. That's the first signature. And I think there's one, yes, straight after that. So I've got one here. Oh, they fit. Phew. There we are. So I'm thinking just like that looks. See, that looks nice, doesn't it? Hanging out like that. And then they know to pull. And then I got another one there, but I won't put it too close for the minute because I might mix up my laces. So I might get a different lace now. I wonder if it fits in that slide-in pocket. Where's that? This one here. Oh, they do. They fit in there perfectly too. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Right, there we are. So I will carry on with those now then. And I will have some lovely big journal cards then to go into my pockets and tucks. But for the most part now, I think this journal is almost finished. I don't want to do too much more to it because, like I say, it's going to start getting bulky otherwise. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. I don't know whether I'm going to put it for sale yet. I don't know. So we'll see. But I actually really, really love it. So I'll probably hang on to it for a little while, I think. This has been the most successful altered book that I've done. And obviously the more you do, the better you get at them, don't you? Because you make mistakes and then you learn. But I've been quite frightened to do them before now. But I actually really like it. It's not easier, by no means is it easier than just making a signature. Don't get me wrong. Because there's a lot of prep to do to the pages. But from like how it feels, the end result, I think is really nice. Like I say, it's not a gator mouth, it just feels sturdy. So, and plus I didn't have to construct a cover, which is always a plus because I don't like doing that. Right, so just a reminder, don't forget to go and print off your freebie files. They are on the Ko-fi page. Thank you for spending some time with me this afternoon. It has actually been really nice to just come and craft with you all. I have missed my crafting and my videos, and I actually thought I had nothing to talk about, but turns out I had loads. So there we go. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I will be back with you sometime this week. Take care now. Bye-bye.